All right, ladies and gentlemen, welcome to Film Hustlers.
Boom.
Film Hustlers around the world. I want to thank you, welcome you to the show.
Global Hustlers?
Global Hustlers.
I
want to thank you for listening. What's really important is I think a lot of people forget that we've done over 175 shows. And in those shows, we talked to lawyers. I did a whole thing about how I raised money for my documentary. We did 4 or 5 shows where we raised money for Beautiful Darkness, and that was like $65,000 right here on the show.
Boom.
So you can go back and find like the lawyer stuff, the documentary, raising money for your documentary, all that stuff. Go back, find them. If it's interesting to you, then you could use it and maybe get inspired by it. I mean, raising money doesn't have anything to do with how the market's doing. So, you know, you could go raise money for something that you're working on, and you could do well. But I want to thank everyone for listening all over the world. I also want to ask you to subscribe, share with your friends,
yes.
Like the show. You think doesn't matter, but it matters. It's important. Like our guest today, first thing he asked me is how many subscribers do you have? And I was like, not a whole lot.
25 million, right?
Not a whole lot.
Can you fudge it?
Huh? And we
really
can't fudge it.
huh?
No, but I showed him our analytics, and we have 27,000 views this month in 28 days.
Our
It's
numbers
pretty
are
amazing.
climbing, Robert.
They are climbing. It's turning into a real thing. So
I told you fools years ago we need to do this, and nobody listened.
you were right. You're still right.
Oh.
And here we
You
are.
hear that, Davey?
Here we are, season 6. So my name is Mark Roberts. I'm a filmmaker, have been for a lot of years. You got a filmmaker over here, Rod Tootie Rinks, makes movies, creates verticals, does it all. And then Davey Dave. Poke your head in, Davey Dave.
Davey Dave on the ones and twos.
Davey Dave
There he
hooking
is.
it up right
Whoa.
there. Also,
There's our guest back there.
and then we have Clay Epstein, distributor extraordinaire. He's been doing it for how many years now, Clay?
I had to stop and think there for a minute.
30 years?
Graduated film school in '99 and went to work right after.
Yeah.
So,
Was that black and whites back then? or was-
we just got into the talkies.
I like it. Oh, Charlie Chaplin.
I think Saved by the Bell was still on the air.
Wow.
It was.
So it's been a minute. No, he's been doing it for a long time. He's very well respected in the business. His company's called Film Mode. He still goes to all the markets and sells movies. If you've made a movie, probably don't call him, but if it's any good, call him. And you need a sales
We got a lot of questions for you
distributor.
today, Clay.
Yeah, we're going to get into it today, Clay. We want to know a lot about what's happening. People need to know, man. It's getting serious.
It's juicy out there. There's a lot of stuff on IG. A lot of stuff with like self-distribution, marketing yourself,
Theaters,
live action. Yeah.
DVDs coming back.
Yes.
We need to know all this. I know you know the answers to, so we're going to
got
get
all the
into it.
answers.
You got,
If
here we go. Here
Yeah,
we go.
if you are watching and you tuned in and you just accidentally found our show, if you want to know about film distribution, this is going to be the one to watch.
This is it in 2026, fools.
We're going to get
ready.
all the
We're talking
information.
about movies?
It's
talking
all going
about
to happen
movies.
today. So welcome to the show, Clay
It was
Epstein.
cars.
Hey.
I came for talk
You came
about
for the
cars.
cars? Hey.
I came to chat about cars.
What do you want? I can sign mine to Taquini. You want to?
I thought Sergio Tacchini was another guest on the show.
I'd take it. I'd take it.
You've been on the show before, and you know what we do here.
Well, I appreciate you having me back.
We
that I'm
inspire
allowed to
people.
come back.
Yeah, you've been doing this for a long time. We've been at it for a long time.
Yeah.
Dave is the youngest of us, kind of moving into it slowly, and actually, he's like, it's like the Matrix. He's a baby born into the Matrix.
Yeah.
Like, he knows the business from here rather than from there. you
Yeah,
know?
he knows. Like Davies, he got in the social space.
Yeah.
We're talking about him as he's right here. He can't talk
Yeah.
to the mic, but like he knows the social. I go to Davey all the time. Hey, I did my first cap cut video. Did you see it, Davey?
I saw that. Why don't you do one for the show?
It was dope. Right after I sent it out, right after I posted, a buddy of mine who has a brand reached out and said, "Hey, I need you to do that. How much is it?" And I was like, "Well, you got to shoot the footage. It's a whole." I did a day in the life.
Right.
I was like, I got to figure this out. So I shot from the morning I woke up at like 4:45 until midnight when I went to bed.
It's a long day.
It was a long ass day. And then I pieced it all together with like nice transitions, some music.
Okay, cap cut. We got it. We understand. Okay, let's get into the show here.
All right.
Shall we?
We're going back to Davey.
You want-
Davey knows that world.
Sorry, man, but come on, we got to move it along. All right, listen, we got to get to
see
the
what I gotta
question.
deal
We got to
with?
get to the questions that matter. Okay.
I dealt with them before you did.
Oh my
People
God, that's right. And he
wanna
was younger
know.
then.
People need answers for their movies and what they're doing. All right, Clay, we're gonna get into it right away. Okay.
And despite that, I'm here.
Yeah, here you. You know what? I respect you for coming because you know you're gonna get roasted. Film distribution.
Nice, real nice host we got here.
Let me get this straight.
never
You
be
bring me
back.
to the valley. You know how long it took for me to get out of the valley? My
No.
life's work.
But now you got to come back here. They keep pulling you
Come
back in.
You keep
Yeah.
pulling me back to the valley
Yeah.
Now he's gonna abuse you.
to abuse me.
No, I'm not
I
gonna.
was abused in the valley all through teenage years.
I'm not gonna abuse you, but the thing is that everything that's happening in the business, verticals, television, syndication being canceled, all the things that are happening, cable being, going away, streamers taking over, like the world is watching in different ways still. Are they or are they not? Like what is happening with how people are picking up movies, and is independent film really still alive at all? Come on, man.
Oh, is that
You
my
got-
turn?
Yeah, it's your
I'm supposed
turn.
to
You gotta
answer all that
speak.
at once?
Well, not all of it.
Some
Just
of
like,
it was statements, some was a question.
no, a
so-
lot of it was statements. I'm just saying, is independent film worth making these days? In your opinion, you don't have to. You don't have to knock it all out of the water. But is it worth someone raising $2 million, $1 million to make a movie these days?
I think the industry and filmmaking has always been a world of exceptions. No matter what we try and make it. And again, I'm an independent filmmaker. I'm not a studio. I've never worked for a studio, better or for worse, right? I just don't have that. I've never had that experience working for a studio.
But you're a very
or for
well
a
respected.
corporation.
You're a very well respected and liked
I appreciate
distributor.
that. I appreciate that.
A lot of the people that I know you. A lot of the people, directors, producers that I work
I
with know
appreciate
you and
that.
have worked with you.
But I've spent my whole career in the independent space, and it can overlap with studios. I've worked with studios, but I've never worked for or at a studio where you have a corporate structure that's financed and you're controlling distribution and you control the marketing spend and you have TV output deals, right? And you can do a profit and loss analysis based on those deals that the studios put together. I've always been in the independent space where it's almost everything's made on spec, right? You don't know what's going to happen until you make it. Yes, there's some pre-sales and you can have some distribution in place prior, but for the most part, we're all writing scripts on spec, we're making films on spec, and we're in a world of exceptions. I had a film professor, I went to Cal State Northridge Film Program, highly recommend it.
Yeah, a lot of great people came out
I
of
just-
Cal State Northridge.
All-
Helped
Thomas Anderson.
start a scholarship there in memory of my mom, which I want to talk about because
All right,
it's for
cool.
students that don't
For
have
sure.
all the means to
For sure.
get a film made. That's very close to my heart. But the point is, this professor said 1%, 1% screenwriter, 1% talent, actor, 1% filmmaker, 1% is going to find success.
Wow.
And that always stuck with me. Positive or negative, it always stuck with me, right? Knowing how hard it is. And as I got further into my career and where I am now, my perspectives have changed. I don't let things get me so anxious or upset or stressed. I try and deal with situations a bit more calmly, a bit more rationally, because it can get quite emotional and stressful at times. But I think I thought about that 1% differently. And Film Mode's celebrating 10 years. in
Oh,
Cannes.
congratulations. That's
Yeah.
great.
Nice.
I head to Cannes in a week. We're doing
Are you throwing a
10-year
party?
There's a party. Oh, you weren't invited?
How much money are you spending on that?
As a matter of fact, very little because of the situation. We're actually we're doing it. It'll be nice. It'll be nice.
Well,
Quaint. It'll be quaint.
It'll be quaint,
congratulations on 10 years. It feels like it was just the other day. But answer the question.
I'm getting to it.
Is
I'm trying to talk
is
as many
independent
as long as
film worth making?
Well, I'm getting to that in a point.
It's a buildup.
After 10 years at the company, you figure about 100 films. And does that ring true in terms of success? My own experience of 1%. And it comes pretty close. Not that all the films I've had didn't work or didn't have distribution or didn't have varying degrees of return. But over about 100 films, there was one film that ended up selling everywhere that wasn't a worldwide deal, but independent distributors all over the world acquired that film. And now I'm going to answer the question
What
that
was
you've asked.
Can you tell me what the movie
I will
was?
in a minute. I will in a minute.
Okay.
I'm going to answer your question.
Okay.
It's film specific. It's all about the execution of the film, which comes back to what everyone said at the beginning of the time: story, talent, skill, luck. Right? So should someone get into independent film? If they're really talented and they have the means to get into it and the freedom to go see and try and put finance together for a film, and they really have talent and they're collaborative and they have good talent around them and they're really good at what they do, then they may, chances are, find success. They may be part of that 1%. But varying degrees of mediocre talent, degrees of mediocrity, maybe not.
So 99% of films made are not going to just not.
Again,
gonna,
I'm talking about in an independent space, films made on spec, relying on an independent marketplace to acquire the film, put marketing together. Films not made in a corporate environment that's controlling the distribution, but in the space made in space we're making films on spec.
So it's still a hard business. If you're out there and you want to make movies, it's impossible to know if you have talent or not, though. I mean,
I think I'm a pretty good judgment of talent.
Well, you're a good judge of talent, but I'm saying like people that are out, like if you put 10 filmmakers in line, they're all going to say they have talent, or they're going to say like, I know how to do it.
I really don't think it matters what I think or you think or Sergio Tacchini over here thinks.
Hey.
I think it's the audience will make that determination.
Yeah.
And they make it pretty quickly now, right? Because of how quickly the reviews and the IMDb rating and the Rotten Tomato stars, et cetera, the rating and the stars, that's so immediate.
Yeah.
That's good news, bad news. Something that truly is good and that's striking and hitting and popping with an audience in a marketplace, the word can get out very quickly. But the flip side of that, if a film is not resonating with an audience and not working, and the audience is determined that is not a talented piece of film, making, then the word gets out also very quickly.
Yeah, I mean, look, it's hard. I was at LACMA over the weekend with my wife, and we were looking at all this art, and it was interesting because my wife turned to me and said, like, hey, how do you know if you're a good artist? Like, how do you know if it's a good piece of work? And I was like, well, there's the people that paint, and if those painters don't continue to promote themselves and what they do and their superpower, whatever that is, then they will go off into nothingness. No one will ever see their work. No one will ever see their art. But if they hustle, just like everyone out there has to hustle to do whatever they're doing, if they hustle, if they continue to show, if they continue to try things that don't work, then eventually, if you are talented, people start to notice you and you start to sell more. You get into a groove. Like there's like Carlos Almaraz, who I did the documentary about. He had a series of successful paintings, about Echo Park, about car crashes, all having to do with his childhood. He was a voyeur at Echo Park. He was afraid of the freeways when he showed up here as an immigrant. Those became very successful. There's a lot of stuff he did that weren't as successful. So that's what filmmakers have to do.
But even if you go to like Van Gogh, right? You know the story about him. He was a failure.
You're going to tell me the one story where he was a failure, but he has succeeded.
Huh?
Go ahead.
What do you know the story?
I know this. I know the story.
How did he become successful? How did he become successful?
He died.
He died.
And then how did his paintings did not sell when he was alive?
Right.
It was a complete failure. He died, and then he became successful. And after his death, how did he become successful?
People bought his art.
Fucking genius over here. But why? How did they buy it? Why did they buy his art?
Because
you want to know why?
They weren't making any more of it.
Because he was writing letters. It's essentially like today what's kind of happening with the social space. Like BTS. Everybody wants to know about building your brand before it goes to market, right? Building your audience before you actually go into production. Pre-production, getting the feel for it, building, all that. Van Gogh had written letters to his brother talking about his life as a failure and all this stuff, right? His wife, when he died, she was broke. She needed something. She took those letters and created a book, and the book became a huge success.
And then everyone wanted his
and
art.
Everybody wanted his art.
Okay.
So it's subjective, right? Because his art before his death sucked.
It's
Nobody
not.
wanted it.
It's not subjective.
But then why would the same guy who said that's a piece of shit 5 years later when he's dead go, oh my God, I'll spend?
Because that's marketing. But that's the whole point, is that if Van Gogh, while he was alive, had hustled and found ways to market himself, he might have been successful before he died. And I think
But isn't the painting the painting?
No, it's not.
It's not the painting?
No. There's a lot of very, very great painters. I'm talking about great painters, amazing painters that are never going to get past their garage. They're out there painting an amazing piece of work, and no one's ever going to see it, and no one's ever going to buy it, and it's never going to become anything. And you know why? It has nothing to do with whether or not he has talent or not. It has more to do with, are you out there working it? Are you out there marketing yourself? Are you trying and failing and trying? And are people finding you or not finding you? Someone has to see you, you know? I think at the end of the day, you make a great point. People that are filmmakers that are not trying constantly to make movies and to work within the system are never going to see the light of day.
So that brings me to this point, Clay. Have you heard about this self-distribution stuff that they're doing? Like, Iron Lung, that he's a gamer. Mark, I forget what his name is.
Yeah. That was a great one. We talked about that a couple of weeks ago,
Yeah, he never made a film, had a huge following.
40 million people.
Yeah. So that's why it worked, because he was able to leverage his followers. And you're forgetting a bit, an important part is that it was based on IP.
Oh, Iron Lung was?
Video game.
Yeah.
So he had a built-in audience from the video game.
Yeah.
And he had a built-in audience from his social media followers that he could then leverage to go see the film. And he was, this is to his merit. This is not that he was financially stable enough to take that risk himself, but not lose his life if it didn't work.
Right.
And we're hearing about this one because it worked.
Right.
And there's reasons why it worked, but it worked.
There's been a few, though, because now more and more are coming out. Like, I was watching this guy the other day. He made a movie for like $500,000, and he put $25,000 into ad marketing on social. So TikTok, IG, YouTube. And they asked him what was the return, and he said $1 million. And they said, hold on a second. You made the movie for $500,000 or less, for somewhere right around there. So you spent $25,000 in marketing yourself. And he said, yes. And you made $1 million off of it? Like $1 million off your film? And he said, yes. And I kind of believe him, because I did a Caldera campaign, skincare. And I was just doing it because, they paid me a little bit of money, and that's the field I'm in. And that ad they just bombarded the market with that ad, social media, Instagram and stuff. And I would get people who go, hey, you're the Caldera guy. And I was like, okay. And Lopez was like, hey, dude, that's a lot. So I know it works because it happened, right? Like, I was like, wow, it's a lot of people. And the success of Caldera exploded. Like, it's a great product. I'm not pitching it. I'm just saying it's a great product. And they just dumped a bunch of money into the ads. Is that what do you think about that form of distribution?
I still think it's film specific. Iron Lung worked because that particular film and the situation. He had IP and he had followers to drive traffic.
Yeah.
The other one you're referring to, I don't know what film that is.
Yeah,
I don't know the situation. I don't know if he had to go pay for theaters. Because when you self-distribute, cinemas don't. Did he release it in the theater, self-distribute?
Yeah, it was a theater, I think.
Yeah.
Right. So you have to, if the cinemas don't book it, then you have to almost rent the screen to play your film, and then you collect the ticket sales.
Let me see if I can find out who it is. He's talking about stuff that we don't.
Iron Lung, he had his community, if you call it.
Right.
They were reaching out. Saying,
Iron Lung worked. It was very. I think it was a very specific situation.
And there's an IP behind it. It was, he's a gamer. It came in that space.
You can't just have made a movie and say, I'm going to go do what Iron Lung did and just expect to go make that same amount of money. There were specific reasons that we can point to that it worked and was successful.
Because he made tens of millions off that.
Yeah, but he also spent money. He
Yeah.
had the ability to spend money.
And even like Theo Vaughn and David Spade, they just made that movie Busboys for $3 million, $5 million, and you know, I think they self-distributed, right?
Yeah,
but they have
but
a huge platform.
David Spade's a celebrity.
Yeah,
with the
and
following.
Theo Vaun
and-
is a huge.
yeah.
You know, he's got a big.
So
podcast.
there's a reason, right?
Yeah.
So you can point to the reasons or the strengths of those films that led to their success.
Yeah, yeah,
Against odds.
Yeah.
Right.
yeah.
To just say if someone makes a film for 500,000, should they go spend 500,000 and release it to theaters? Not necessarily. And
Right.
I think there should be a litmus test. If you go to all the distributors we're talking about the U.S., I guess, I
Yeah.
suppose.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
If you go to all the distributors in the U.S.
Yeah,
and they all pass on your film,
yeah,
at least the distribution landscape in a traditional sense is saying, you know what, we don't think there's enough value there.
yeah.
We're not going to put our machine behind it, whether it's acquiring it from you or releasing it on a self-distribution, straight distribution, where they don't pay you up front, but they give you a revenue share.
Yeah.
But they put their machine behind it, right?
Yeah,
There are films that no distributor feels is worth putting in the effort to go release. They don't
Yeah.
feel there's enough audience,
yeah.
and there can be legitimacy to that.
Yeah.
There's nothing written in stone or any formal book or anything written in the sky that says if you make a movie, there is an audience for it,
Yeah,
or if you make a movie, it will be successful, even though everyone says it won't be, or because I think I'm talented, I am talented. There's a narrative
yeah,
that we love to talk about and film schools love to lecture about, and everyone on a Q&A panel and everyone being interviewed on a talk show loves to reinforce that narrative. If you believe in yourself and you believe in your work and you believe in your
gonna
story,
happen.
it's going to happen.
Don't
It's
give
bullshit.
up. Don't
I'm sorry.
give up.
It's bullshit.
And
It is
the bank is repossessing your house next week.
It's not
Dang,
true.
don't do that,
And it's
Robert.
irresponsible for someone to not look at the realities and balance the realities
Yeah.
with what their dreams are.
Yeah.
No one owes you to make your dream come true.
No.
And a lot of it has to do with luck or creating your own luck and putting
Yeah.
yourself in the right place where luck can happen. But that luck still has to have talent behind it.
Yeah. And
Be ready.
names. And
So let me
names.
give you guys some, just so you guys know what more or less what we're talking about. Recently, the box office results for opening weekend of Busboys
Right.
were revealed, showing it grossed $1.65 million in their 800 theater run on a $3 million budget. The Burt Kreischer movie, The Machine, grossed $5 million in 2,409 theaters, and it had a $20 million budget.
Oh, 20. So he's I know that, guys. Yeah.
Yeah, so they're not going to make their money back, but $20 million is a lot of money to spend on it. But
That's a lot of money, dude.
But I think, look, reality check, you're right. You know, I mean, I think I can't completely sign up for the idea that even if you don't succeed at what you're trying to do as a filmmaker, it doesn't necessarily mean you don't have talent.
No,
So-
I didn't say that.
No, but I'll sign up for the idea that you have to be honest with yourself. You have to be honest with yourself, and you have to decide what's worth your time and energy, because you know you could spend a lot of time and energy on making movies and have them.
I don't
not
think
do
I don't
anything.
think for the same reason you can't. And you got me all worked up on the last question, but
That's the
that's-
I gotta be
point.
I gotta be calmer. I
No,
don't
get
think
worked up. I like it.
I don't think it's right to point to one reason why someone's successful, or say that film's successful because of that one reason, right? When a film is successful, there's a lot of reasons, and a lot of reasons that the general audience and ourselves aren't even aware of. We don't know what happened behind the scenes, or how all the financing and what happened in the editing room, why the programmer at Sundance or Toronto decided to say yes to this. There's discussions that we'll never hear about that as well, the initiatives of a film festival. So many things that have to happen to get a film made, financed, made, and executed well, and then into the festival circuit by the top A-list festivals to give it the exposure that gives it a platform to then pop and become acquired by a Neon or A24 or equivalent, and then find its audience, right? So many things have to have happened, and a lot of it is luck and circumstance and strategy and relationships and talent, right? And collaborative working conditions, right?
Payoffs.
Right. Well, and I think in the same way, it's not right to say something didn't work for one particular reason, right? Because that also is not right, because some things that don't work, there's also a multitude of reasons why it probably did not work. You can go to the creative and the execution, but maybe the lack of collaborative filmmaking, or the budget was wrong, it was not produced well, the VFX weren't good, the script was broken from day one, right?
Yeah.
You go in and making a film with the bad script, it's already set up to fail from the first page.
Yeah.
You know.
We went and met with Millennium, and they, we were pitching them Beautiful Darkness as a thriller, and they're really great. They said, think more of like a mashup, like thriller meets sci-fi meets like horror. And I was like, wow, that's crazy. And then that movie came out with Begonia.
Oh, Begonia, yeah.
And it has all those elements, dude. Like, it's a great movie. I watched
Alien and like Misery all at the same time.
Yeah, thriller, sci-fi, horror. Like, it was a mashup.
That's
and
interesting.
It was nominated, right? Or it won?
Because generally speaking, yeah, but who did it have in it?
Right.
Because if you have a film that has mixed genres in our space, it's suicide.
Oh, really?
Yeah. Because when you go on a screening platform,
Yeah.
how are films organized?
Yeah.
No, I'm asking.
Well, no, comedy, drama,
Genre.
family. Yeah, all
Genre.
that, yeah.
And usually so I'm in the mood for an action. I like comedy.
Yeah.
I like drama films. I like sci-fi
Yeah.
movies. So when the film doesn't know what it is,
Yeah.
it's really difficult in the distribution space to know how to release that film if the film doesn't really know what it is. There's always going to be exceptions, like Begonia with Emma Stone. So you have,
and the other guy was amazing.
He was
too,
great.
Right. So you have excellent execution. You have a huge Academy Award-winning star. You have all those reasons that can,
Great director.
right? And that can be an exception to the rule,
Right.
But that exception to the rule is the best possible version that it could be to break that rule.
Okay, that's awesome. So streammusic.com, best music library in the business. I'm going to be using them very soon on my Christmas movie in June. Today, yesterday, and tomorrow, it is absolutely the best place to find whatever it is that you're looking for your movies, for any of your content. They are amazing. We want to thank them for their partnership and for their sponsorship, and go check them out, extrememusic.com. Also, don't forget about the library. Now that I have you all worked up, let's talk about this.
Calming down.
If you're a young filmmaker, the way we were at one point, think about yourself before you were as tainted as you are now.
I don't have to go back that far.
Just go back 30 years and think about you're a young filmmaker living today. Like, what is the most important sort of first step? Let's say you do go out and raise money from, people that believe in you, and you get yourself $100,000. What would you advise someone to do so that they can either find their superpower in that, and also get eyes on it, be like, oh, that's interesting, that's get people to notice what you're doing. Like, is it a genre, is it editing, is it all of it?